You're right guys, it's CapgunTom here and welcome to the ultimate guide to trading and making coins on FIFA 16. Yes, we're back for another year of trading and hopefully this guide is going to help you make as many coins as possible and you can have your dream ultimate team. Now I want to say quickly before we start, thank you very much to everyone who supported me on last year's video. That is my most successful video ever. It's got 800,000 views. If you want to try and make this video more successful than that one, which would be absolutely incredible, smash the like button. Now, let's see if we can beat the 14,000 likes that last year's got. I did originally wonder if I would actually bother making a trading guide this year because I haven't really traded since FIFA 15 price caps were introduced. Just because the price ranges were so sort of tight, you couldn't actually try and squeeze any profit out of the players that you could buy. However, this year on FIFA 16, I've had to go on the game, I've had to go on the web app, and the price ranges are actually pretty wide, so we should be able to trade, and I thought, you know what, it's a good idea to bring you as many trading techniques as possible in this video. Now, this video will work the same way as the one last year. It's a directory. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you 16 different trading methods, go through them in brief detail, give you the very basic points of each method so you can go out and try it, and then later down the line I will go and upload an individual trading method for each trading method that's in this video. So it'll be in depth, it will show you me actually using the method, making money with it, examples of players that you can use to actually make money. So hopefully that will sort of like clear it all up, but for now I'm just going to go through everything in brief detail. Now what you'll find is that there is a little box in the top left hand corner of the screen right now. Once I've made the in-depth trading method for the trading method you're watching at the time, then I will annotate that box and you can click through and go to the actual in-depth trading guide. Also, I will leave links to all the separate videos down in the description of this video. Now let's stop waffling on about it and let's get into some trading. Okay, every year I start this video the same and this year is no exception. We're going to start with the basics because I'm sure there are loads of people who are new to FIFA this year. Every year there's more people joining and playing the game. So this is going to go through the basics. If you're more advanced in the game, you know what I'm talking about already, feel free to skip through to a part that actually makes sense for you. Okay, so the basics, we've got buy low, sell high. That is trading in essence. That's what you're looking to do. You're looking to buy something for cheap and sell something on for more so you can make coins and then buy the players that you want to use on the game. The problem is that you're going to find is finding the actual players that are going cheap that you can then list up for more. So that's what this guide is going to teach you. It's going to teach you how to find the cheap bargains so that you can go and buy things and make coins. Wanted to quickly go through two things. BIN means buy it now, so the buy it now price, and also sale price. That is what when I say sale price, I mean the amount that you should be looking to sell the player on for, and it's sort of like the lowest buy it now. That sort of area is the sale price for a player, because you're never going to sell a player for way over the lowest buy it now, because someone will just buy the lower price one. Always buy on bid for cheaper than the lowest buy it now as well. That's another massive point. Lots of new people to the game always make that mistake, so always make sure that you check the lowest buy it now of a player and then go and bid on them for cheaper, because there's no point on bidding something when you can just buy it now cheaper. You can just save yourself some time. The other thing is you always want to try and list your cards for around the cheapest buy it now, because that will give you a great chance of actually having your player or card sell. So you can list it up for maybe 200-300, maybe 1,000 coins, depending on how expensive the player is in the first place, more than the lowest buy it now, but you don't want to be putting it up hundreds of thousands of coins more than the lowest buy it now, because no one's going to buy it. They're just going to buy the cheap one. EA tax, it's a pain in the ass, yes I know, and some people don't even know it's in the game. Basically, EA will take 5% of anything you sell. So if you sell a player for 100,000, EA are taking 5,000 coins of your coins, your hard-earned coins are going to EA. So make sure you bear that in mind when you're trading. The reason they have the tax is number one, to stop inflation on players' prices, otherwise they just literally keep going up and up and up and up, and also to remove coins from the game to sort of regulate it and, you know, make us buy more packs, basically. That's what EA are trying to do on that one. Also, if you're interested in finding out, or you can't work out percentage-wise how much you're going to lose on a player, you can do your final sale price, so whatever you're selling the player for, and times it in a calculator by 0.05. That will show you how much you lose through tax, and you just deduct that from your final sale price. Okay, I'm going to run you through the non-trading methods of getting coins on this game, as I always do. Just just for new people who are coming into the game and like, I don't want to trade, I just want to get coins. You can play matches. That's a great way to get coins, especially if you use the coin boosts in the catalog. You can go and check those out on the homepage of FIFA. You also get coins through tournament bonuses. Those are the main ways that you can get coins by playing the game, although you don't get all that many. If you use a coin boost, it actually makes it a lot better, but you know, you only get a certain amount of them. One of the biggest ways of getting coins, especially early in the game, is to buy FIFA points. This is what EA want you to do. They want you to go out and buy FIFA points and then open packs with those FIFA points. You can discard the stuff inside and get coins back for it, and you can also sell any of the good players you get in those packs on for more money on the transfer market. That's another way that you get coins on the game. The only other method is the illegitimate method of buying coins. Please do be aware that this does carry a risk of losing your account. You could get banned, you could get all of these things, but usually it's pretty safe. I will leave a link to my preferred sponsor down in the description of this video if you want to go and buy coins. It is by far the most cost-effective way of actually getting coins onto your account rather than buying FIFA points, because they are outrageously priced. And from opening some packs so far this year, the pack weight is appalling. I have had absolutely nothing from over £300 worth of FIFA points so far. So buying coins might be the option you want to take if you don't want to trade. Let's get into some actual trading methods. Let's do this. Throughout this video, there are price brackets. So I've broken it down into whether it's a low budget trading method, a medium budget trading method, or a baller. You are the swag daddy of trading methods. You know, there's different methods for every single price range. This one is for 0 to 25,000 coins, but there's also ones in this video for 25,000 to 100,000 coins and 100,000 coins to a million and a million plus. So the first method we're looking at is the discard method. This is one of my favorites for starting off FIFA. If you're playing legit and you don't buy FIFA points, this is going to be one of the ways that you can really make some coins. Now, unfortunately, EA have completely ruined the method for most players. So they put in price ranges and you can't actually buy a gold or a rare gold player for less than they discard for. So they are no longer available, but there are some things that you can buy for less than they discard for, and therefore you can still do this method. So the idea is you buy the player on the market and then you just quick sell them, because every player has a quick sell value, or every card has a quick sell value, and if you can buy it for less on the market than that quick seller value, you're going to make coins. So the only ones that I've really noticed so far that you can do this with, but I know there will be more because I didn't look all that hard, are shiny silver players. They go for 228 coins plus. So if you bid 200 coins on every single rare silver player you see and then quick sell them all once you've bought them, you're going to make profit. You're going to make at least 28 coins per transaction or per player you win, and the higher rating they are, the more coins they actually discard for. Also shiny staff, so managers, shiny gold managers, we're talking shiny gold fitness coaches, shiny back healing people, all of those, they discard for 240 coins plus, depending on how good they are. So make sure you bid 200 coins a piece for each of those and then just discard them. Easy peasy, and if you get lucky, you might actually pick up something that's even more valuable than discard and no one's realised, and you can just relist it and make some more money that way. Anyway, on to the next technique. 59th minute sniping. This is one of my favourite methods of making coins at the start of FIFA, and you're going to, you know, easily make a lot of coins doing this. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to go on the market, find a player that's, you know, in your bracket that's sort of, you know, you can buy a couple of, probably like 1/10 of your stack. So let's say, for example, you've got 25,000 coins. We're looking at, I don't know, let's say Kulka from Southampton. For 2,500 coins he sells for, theoretically. What you want to do is you want to make a whole list of players around this sort of bracket or that price, and you're just going to go through and you're just going to search the player and then put a max bin 10% lower than the sale price. So as I said, Kulka, he goes for 2,500 coins. Let's say that we're going to search for him for 2,000 coins. That'll give us a nice little bit of profit after tax if we sell him on for 2,500. So what you do is you just literally search, see if there's one on the 59th minute with a buy now at 2,000, and if there is, buy it, and then you just have to sell it. Easy, and it's very, very simple. It's just as simple as that. Buy stuff for as cheap as possible and sell them on. No rocket science, but just a little technique for you to go out and try. This is one of the ways that I made loads of coins at the start of last year, and I'm going to be using it pretty soon on this year's FIFA as well. Probably before this video has even come out, I will have started making my list of players that I know what prices they sell for and sniping them off the market cheaper. Because, you know, people aren't buying everything as quick as possible, especially at the moment when they're not actually building teams. Next up is an old favourite from, I think, FIFA 12. It's the bronze pack method. Now, this is a very, very variable method. I have to say it's very variable. I can't guarantee it will work this year, but it has worked at different periods of times on every other FIFA. I've always been able to use the bronze pack method at least for a month each year to make coins. Now what you do is you basically open a 400 coin pack. I mean, trading by opening packs, could it get any better? Once you've done that, you actually only need to sell 2 things out of that entire pack to get your money back, and everything on top of that is gravy. And considering a pack has 12 items in it, you've got a very, very good chance of selling the stuff. So we're talking like rare fitness cards. They're great to get in a 400 coin pack. What I would suggest is unlock as many of the trade pile expansions as possible, and then just list everything. Discard the stuff that doesn't sell, and hopefully 3 or more items from your bronze pack will sell, and then you'll be making money. Easy. Rare kits and badges. Now this is a fun one because it plays on the fact that there are 2 different types of people that play FIFA. There is the trader, which is us, and there is the person that likes to play games and likes to have the stuff and doesn't really care about, you know, how many coins they splash out. They don't want to wait, they want to get their stuff straight away. So rare kits and badges are great. So every player wants to have a cool kit and, you know, a cool badge because it just equals swag points. So what we're going to do is we go out, we have a look through, we find like mainly silver kits and bronze kits and silver badges and stuff like that. Usually the rare ones that look cool. We make a list of them, and then every so often we go through and we check the prices of them. We list down the prices that they're selling for, and we want to try and buy them on bid. So you'll usually see the badges get listed up. No one's purchasing them because someone's put them up for a stupid price, but it has like a low start price. You wait for it to expire, bid on it, get it, because the player who actually wants to have that badge or kit has already binned the thing that they wanted because they don't want to wait around. So all you have to do is then list yours up and wait for another player who wants that badge or kit to come along and buy it. Easy peasy, very good method, and I would highly recommend you try that out at the start of FIFA. Trading with consumables. Now, I love trading with consumables because they're low value and there are loads of them on the market because they get packed all the time. We're talking chemistry styles, we're talking contract position cards, squad fitnesses. These are the best things to do it with. Chemistry styles, I'd recommend you try Hunter, Shadow, Anchor, you know, the good chemistry styles that people actually want to use. Position cards, we're talking cam to centre mids, we're talking centre forward to striker, centre forward to cam, left mid to left wing to left mid, and vice versa on the other side of the pitch. Those are usually the ones you want to look at, and basically you're going to try and sort of bid them off the market. It sounds really simple, but a lot of people overlook, you know, the consumables on this game, and that's why it's a really good area to trade in. If you think that there's a chance that someone's buying something off the market, there is a very good chance that you can make money in that area, and the more obscure it is, the better. Like using stadiums, using managers, like using manager leagues, they're all good. Go and try them out because you can find something that other people aren't doing, and if those other people aren't doing it, that means you're going to get the things at the cheapest price and then be able to make the maximum amount of profit. Right, moving on to the 25k to the 100,000 coin bracket. This is where it starts to get a little bit more scary on the trading front because you're investing more coins into stuff and then you can't get them back out potentially. So you have to be careful and know what you're doing. The first one I've got for you is the chem style technique, or the chemistry style technique. What you're looking for is to go on the market and find players that have already had a chemistry style applied. Again, we're talking like hunters, we're talking like anchors, shadows, we're talking catalyst cards. The expensive chemistry styles are the ones we're looking for. Hunter is the Don. That's the one you want to get. So you want to look at strikers with hunter cards, and you want to see if someone's accidentally listed them up with a hunter card on them. for maybe the same price as the lowest buy it now of a regular card without a hunter card. Obviously, if it's got a hunter card applied, then it's going to be more valuable, so you're going to be able to sell it on for more. A lot of the time, if a player with a hunter card comes through on bid, people won't realise it's actually got a hunter card on and therefore is more valuable, so you can potentially pick it up on bid for the same price they're paying for just a normal one without a hunter card. So you're really looking to find those little niches where people may overlook and make mistakes, which you can then exploit and make coins. All you have to do is, once you've picked up your player, is sell for the lowest buy it now of the player with that chem style. So say for example we get Jackson Martinez with a hunter card. He's usually going for 10,000 coins just as a default without a hunter card. With a hunter card he goes for 15,000 coins. We managed to pick ours up for 9,500. You just have to list him up for 13,500. You're talking 4,000 coins profit right there. Easy peasy. Next up is the changed position method. Now this is very, very similar to the chem style technique, but obviously people aren't thinking about it. You can make money here. So what you want to do is you want to find players that are no longer in their default position. The Don or the Daddy is the cam to centre mid, because that's always the most expensive one. So look for players that have been moved from centre attacking mid to a centre mid position. You know, they're not in their default position, so therefore they're probably worth more. They'll be worth whatever the lowest price of a regular cam version of it is, plus the value of the cam to centre mid card. So you'll be able to sell it on. And if you can get that centre mid, I don't know, Ozil for the same price as a centre attacking mid Ozil, you're going to be looking at a nice tasty chunk of profit when you sell it on. Player modification is one of my favourite. It basically rolls the last two techniques into one, and you're going to be doing all the work yourself. So what you're going to do is you're going to go out and buy a player that you've already checked the prices on, made sure this will work. So for example, I'm going to go with let's say Ozil again at centre attacking mid. Let's say that he goes for 20k as a centre attacking mid, but as a centre mid he goes for, let's say, 30k. So that's just theoretical. I don't think that would actually be the case, but you understand what I'm trying to say. What you do is you go out and buy your Ozil for 20k, or however cheap you could possibly get it with a centre attacking mid. Then you go out and you buy the cam centre mid card yourself, and you apply it to him. Now you can maybe buy that cam centre mid for 24k, you can list the Ozil up for 30k, you bought him for 19,500 or whatever, you could be looking at like 6k profit or whatever. That, you know, is what you've really got to think about. And if you want to take it one step further, you can apply the chem style to him as well. Maybe like a Catalyst Ozil centre mid is going to go for 35k, and the you know, the Catalyst card's only worth 2k. Who knows? This is stuff you're going to have to go out and check yourself. Obviously I will be doing in-depth guides showing you examples of this later down the line, but for now you got to go out and work it out for yourself, because it is a great method. And I think it was like last year, I made so much money moving Theo Walcott from a right mid to a right wing at the start of the game, because everyone wanted a right wing Theo Walcott because they're all pace-abusing scumbags, and it was just easy money. It was easy money. Right, this is a really good no-risk trading method. It's the mass bid. A lot of you will be familiar with this. What you want to do is you want to go out and find a player that you're going to target. I would say someone that everyone wants in their team early on in the game if you're doing this early in FIFA. If it's later in the game, you know, maybe one of the bigger players. So what you're going to do is, let's say that everyone wants Diego Costa. Everyone wants Diego Costa for their BPL side. Let's say he sells for 100,000 coins. That's what his lowest buy it now is on the market. That's what seems to be his price. That's what people are picking him up for. So we are going to try and buy Diego Costas for less than that. So what we're going to do is we are going to put as our filters Diego Costa, max price, not anything to do with the bin, but max price as 90,000 coins. Now the reason we're doing that is because obviously we're going to lose 5% on tax from whatever we sell that Diego Costa for, and we need to make some money for ourselves, so 10% is a good amount. So try and go with 10% or more on this mass bid technique. The bigger the percentage you give yourself as sort of like money back, the less cards you'll win. But what you're going to do is you are literally going to go through on the market and bid on every single Diego Costa you see for 90,000 coins. Some will get outbid. I think, like, I'd say like 75% of them will get outbid, but that's no bother, because, you know, you're not losing out anything there. what you're looking for is the 25% that do come through that you get for 90,000 coins that you can then list up for 100k, and you know, you're making 5k per card. So let's say you did it on 10 Diego Costas, no, let's say 20 for easiness sake, and you get 75% loss and 25% win. That means you're winning 5 Diego Costas and you're getting 5k for each of them, 25k, easy peasy. It's not really, you know, a difficult one. You want to bid on all the cards up to an hour as well, just as a note. It's a good method. You know, it really does vary based on how competitive the market is. But, you know, at some times of the year, you can pick up absolutely loads of cards using this method. Okay, now I'm going to tell you about the flood method. Now, this isn't one that gets used all that often, and when it does, I see it done really badly, but it can work. It's a bit of a noob, derpy method. The reason for that is you are looking for idiots on the market. You are looking for stupid people with more coins than sense, because you're going to try and exploit them. Basically, what you're going to do is you're going to go out and buy loads of one card, and then you are going to list up your entire trade pool full of them at exactly the same time for exactly the same price. So if someone happens to come across your card looking for your, like, that player or that manager, whatever it is, at a certain time, just as yours are expiring, he's going to see 3 pages of the player at exactly the same price, and he might be like, yeah, he's worth that, and he'll buy him, you know, and you have managed to pick all these up really cheap. So for example, let's use a manager, because managers are fantastic in this method. Let's say Arsene Wenger is worth 1,000 coins by now, and you go and buy 30 Arsene Wengers. What you could do is you could list them up for 4k, every single one of them, and it's difficult to search for Arsene Wenger, really difficult, because you can't really filter him down to see and find him individually. So what you do is someone's going to come along with all your, you know, 3 pages or whatever of Arsene Wenger listed up for 4k. They're going to scroll through the first couple and they're going to be like, man, this guy's 4k. And you can put a couple of booby traps in there. You can put like a 3,800 coin one in amongst all of the 4k ones, and they'll be like, oh, that's a bargain, I'll take that 3,800 one. What they don't know is it's actually not a bargain at all, because you were buying them earlier for 1,000 coins each. You just got to be savvy with these things, and I know it's taking advantage of people a little bit, but some people don't care. So why not make some money off it? Go ahead and try it out. Right, okay, as a trader, there is one patch a week of trading which is solid gold, and you guys need to know about it if you're going to trade and make a load of coins. You can make so many coins in this little golden window that you might not even need to trade for the rest of the week. And even if you do trade for the rest of the week, you might not make as many coins as you did in this 1 hour. So definitely always trade during this hour. So basically the theory is they're big pack openings. There's always one every week, and that's on a Wednesday at 6 PM when the new team of the week comes out. Basically, people go absolutely berserk opening packs because they're like, oh my god, I need to be the first one to get inform Yaya Toure, inform, you know, Ronaldo, whatever it is. They're excited, they're opening packs. Now, as traders, we're not wasting our coins on packs. We are busy trading away. And because people are all opening packs in a sort of like a frenzy, they're going mental opening packs, they're listing stuff up at the wrong prices, they're not checking it properly, and for the first hour of this, you know, from 6 until 7, you can pick up loads and loads of stuff on buy it nows and make an absolute ton. If you know the actual price of it, it does cause like a little mini market crash, but obviously it sort of like goes back up later on after the packs have stopped being open. You can pick up loads and loads of stuff and then, you know, sell it on later, and sometimes they'll be putting up things that they shouldn't be for the wrong prices. So for example, they might put up a cam to centre mid card which is worth like 3k for maybe like 500 coins, and you can bin that straight up if you're quick enough. So you just have to find an area of the market that's not being exploited too hard and, you know, put this to use. For the first hour, you want to buy it now because that's when people were opening packs. After the first hour, so at 7 o'clock, you want to start bidding on stuff because that's when all of the stuff they listed up for just, you know, a start price with a huge buy it now is going to start coming through. So you can then start bidding on all the stuff that comes through as they're expiring, and you can pick up loads of stuff. I mean, like, I've had patches where I've picked up like maybe like 30, 40 cam to centre mid cards, 200 coins each, and you know, you can list them all for 4k. You're talking like 3,000, 4,000 coins profit on every single one of those cards, and it is just filthy. So make sure you're aware of when the big pack openings happen. Another time that it will happen is when maybe there's special cards released into packs like Team of the Year, or when there's special packs released, for example, like 100k packs, 25k packs, 50k packs. If there's a buzz about them and people are opening packs, that is the time to use the big pack opening technique. On to the big daddy bracket, the 100k to 1 million coin budget. If you've got this many coins, then you are doing very, very well for yourself, or you've bought a hell of a lot of coins or FIFA points. Okay, so the things you're going to be looking for in the first one are the high value players. This used to be, for me, inform trading, but it's had to change a little bit because of the price caps. You know, you've got your price caps, it makes it all a little bit different and difficult to buy your informs and stuff like that. So high value players I've changed it to. Basically what you're going to do is try and get them on bid cheaper than buy it now. Now that is very stupid for me to say, because obviously you're trying to get it on bid cheaper than the buy it now, the lowest buy it now. But with high value players, there are going to be less people able to afford those players. Everyone can afford like a 2,000 coin player. That's 2 matches. Not many people can afford a 500,000 coin player. If a 500,000 coin player is coming through at 400k, and you know there's a couple people lurking around like, oh, I really want this card, maybe I can afford him. They've got 450k. You manage to push it up to 451k, and they haven't got enough to keep bidding. Then you're going to pick up that card for, you know, 40, 50,000 cheaper than the lowest buy it now, and then you can sell it on and make 20, 30k on it. Easy. Really, really easy. The most likely thing it is to, or most likely time it is to work, is to do it with old forgotten informs and stuff like that from old Team of the Weeks. Very, very often those will go for a stupid price. You'll be able to pick them up dirt cheap. Things I would not try it with are people like Ronaldo, like Messi, like people like that, because they are just so watched. There is no way you'll ever pick one up all that cheap. I know there are some exceptions to the rule, but we're trying to make as many coins as quickly as possible. So trying for Ronaldo's and Messi's, not a good idea. Trying for old informs though, good idea. Maybe players that are out of packs once the new transfers come in January or whatever, that's a good time to do it. So there you go, high value player trading technique, go and try it out. Right, next up is min and max trading. This is one that I was using all the way through FIFA 13, 14 and 15 in my Road to Glory series, like building Bayern, like what other series I've done, Road to Real. This is the method I was using for that. Unfortunately, it has been ruined a little bit because of the trade or the price caps, which is a bit of a nightmare, but it still is worth shouting out. It's very similar to the high value players technique, but this is just a different way of searching for them. So what you're going to do is you're going to work out how many coins you've got. So say I've got 600,000 coins in my account. Okay, I'm going to put my max price as 600,000. I'm going to put my minimum price as 50,000. What I'm then going to do is I'm going to just search. And this is not buy nows, by the way. This is just regular prices. You're going to go min 50,000, max 600,000, or however many coins you've got. You're just going to then scroll through, look for players that have got bids on them. If they've got bids on them, that's a really good indicator that they're going cheap. If you find one with a bid on it, add it to your watch list, go and check the lowest buy it now of that player, and then you can purchase it if it makes sense to. If it's less than 10% or if it's 10% cheaper than the next lowest buy it now, then you can buy it and easily make coins on it. Very, very, very easy. There used to be websites that you could use to actually check the lowest buy it now as players, but unfortunately, yeah, I've put a stop to them. But you can still do it manually. You know, you just go and find out who's the cheapest by using the buy it now prices, filters, filter out everything that's too expensive until you've only got one card left on the market. That's usually the lowest buy it now. The next two techniques you may not have seen before and are price range specific. The reason they're price range specific is because they bank on the fact that you can make players extinct. Now, if a player goes extinct, that means that no one can buy him. EA will realise this and push his price caps up. So the first one is just extinct players. So we're talking about Team of the Weeks that are no longer available in packs, maybe players that have been taken out of packs, stuff like that. What you want to do is you want to snipe them by continually searching for them, pick one up and then keep it. If they're extinct, EA will realise, as I said before, and they will put the price caps up, which means that their price width will change and you can then list them up for more than you could before. And that is a fantastic way of making coins. Like I remember let's say, I think it was, I can't even remember, FIFA 15, yeah, it would have been FIFA 15 when the price caps came in. Say, for example, Team of the Year Ronaldo went extinct. He was 5 million when he went extinct, and I managed to get one for 5 million. EA were like, no one can buy him. We'll put him up for 8 million, so his price caps changed to 8 million as the max, and I managed to sell mine on for 8 million. That made 3 million coins for me. So you've just got to be aware that price caps or price ranges do change every so often, and you also need to be careful price changes dropping, but usually you'll be alright. I would be a little bit wary of this because there's no guarantee that EA will change the price caps, and the player's price may fall in the meantime. So think smart and make sure you choose someone that's a good choice. Also, be very careful of players that might get a second in form or a higher rated card than the one that you've actually sort of managed to snipe, because if they get a second in form, the other one is definitely dropping in price, I guarantee it. So that is the extinct player method. The last method is one that I was questioning whether I should actually show or not. I know that it happens, and it's quite a smart one. Again, it is to do with the price caps. It's basically the same principle as price fixing before price caps were ever brought in, if you remember back that far. It's going to be making a player extinct, which sounds disgusting. So you and a bunch of friends can do this, or you yourself if you have enough coins to do it. You're going to find a player that is limited, so again an old team of the week, something like that. And all you're going to do is you're just going to keep buying that player every time you see it. And you're going to buy every single one of them, regardless of the price. You're just going to buy them all. As long as the price caps make sense, you're just going to buy them all. If you buy them all, then you've got the monopoly. That means they're extinct. EA will be like, oh, they've disappeared off the market. We need to increase the price range. Whereas actually they haven't really gone off the market. It's just you being tactical. And then EA will bump the price ranges up. You can relist your players one at a time for, a higher price because the price caps have been put up, and you will make some money. Now, this is a very, very high risk method. Very high risk. A lot of things can go wrong with this, so do it at your own peril. If it works, you're going to make absolute bank. If it fails, you could end up losing millions. And I know that I have tried this and had it work and make millions and lose out as well on millions of coins. It can go one of two ways. You just have to be smart enough to think about what time it is in FIFA, whether, players going up in price or going down in price. If they're going down in price, definitely don't do it. But if everything's going up in price and they're looking like they're going to go extinct anyway, you might as well do this and give yourself a good chance of making coins. Okay, there you go, guys. That is the end of the ultimate guide to trading on FIFA 16. I hope you have enjoyed it. It was enjoyable to make. I put loads of effort into this. So make sure you do smash that like button. Subscribe if you are new to the channel, because then you'll see the separate guides going up as soon as they do go up, and they'll be in your sub box and all of that jazz. Hope you've enjoyed the video, but other than that, I'm going to leave it there, and I will see you all next time. Peace.